Alright, so I'm going to make a quick tutorial on how to create an origin for your subassembly. So for the example, I'm going to use the nose gear subassembly. And why is it important? Because the idea is that you create an origin that's properly located along the station line so that when you bring it into the main assembly, it's going to be properly positioned. So the origin has been arbitrarily selected by me at mid-fuse height, which is 200 water line, that's on the z-axis, 0 butt line on the y-axis, and 8 feet, which is 96 inches from the nose of the aircraft. So the nose of the aircraft is 200 inches from the datum, so the station line coordinate would be 296. That's 200 plus 96 inches from the front. Okay, so you're going to start up your CATIA, and then we're going to do a new, and we're going to do a new product. So I recommend you make an assembly right away, even if you only have one part in your assembly. Make an assembly, and in CATIA it's called product. So we're going to do that. We can right-click the product, choose properties, give it a name, call it nose gear sub-assy. Okay. We're going to create another. No, we're going to do insert new component. So here it is. So wait a minute. This is a part file or a product? This is a problem. I think this is incorrect. I'm going to delete this. So I'm going to do insert new part. And nothing happens. Oh, here we go. New part. So this is my new part. All right. I'm gonna again do properties. Hello, and I'm gonna call it nose gear shaft. Okay. All right. So what we need to get started, we need to make a point, a reference point. Now, here I'm actually in the assembly mode, I think. Yeah, assembly design, because this is selected. So if I double click this, now I am in part design. I'm still in assembly design. Great. Double click this. Now I'm in part design. All right, so you got to open this up, click on this. So I already have my reference toolbar, but if this is hidden, it's really important. You go and insert, view toolbars, and then it's right here. Reference elements, compact or extended, doesn't matter. So now I'm going to select a point. It says, so now I'm going to constrain it in space. So for the Z, it's going to be 200. For the Y, I said 296. Okay. So now I can click this, fit all in, so I can see my full. Okay. So this is my full assembly, or sub-assembly, I should say. This is basically the absolute origin, and this is going to be coincident with the origin of the main assembly. So now this is going to be the coordinate that I'm going to design around, the coordinate of my nose gear sub-assembly. So I'm going to click on this point, and quite simply, you just have to go here on axis system. You don't have to change any of the axes because we're going to use the same axes as this. And then for the origin, quite simply, I'm just going to click on this point. And now this is my new origin. I say OK. So also I'm going to make sure that I'm in the correct units. I'm going to go in tools, options, parameters and measures. No. Yeah. Here. Units, inch, pound. This should be cubic inch and pound per cubic inch. All right, so now I'm going to open my sketcher, and I'm not going to select one of these planes. I'm going to select to XY. All right, and I'm going to make my shaft, make a circle. Okay, let's give it a diameter. Now let's constrain it. And let's say 5-inch diameter. I can fit it. Great. Okay, so that's constrained. And now I'm going to, I want to do a pad. So I guess I can exit this. Here's my shape. Where's pad? That's it. Oh, it's right here. Pad. Change the direction. And let's say it's, I don't know, 60 inches. Okay. So now this is my shaft. Now if I fit it to screen, it's going to be properly located with respect to the assembly. So now I can create more parts, and every time constrain everything with respect to this origin, which is this J-axis system here, so that when I put it into the main assembly, everything is going to be nice and done. Thank you, and may the force be with you.